Let me put something on my lips right now because I hate when I look back at a video. My lips was ashy the whole damn time. Looking like I just ate a powdered donut. Is that a booger? No, it's just some nose crust. Don't act like y'all don't get a little nose crust every now and then. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're already a part of the Pretty Fam, what's up, girl? If not, hi, I'm De'Ara. I'm a makeup artist in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm also a beauty blogger, hence I paint pretty faces. And I'm also a patient of gastric bypass. So basically what you're gonna get on my channel is a little bit of everything. I'm gonna talk about hair, makeup, fashion, and real life shit. Hence the title of this video. So I'm not gonna be breaking down, you know, what this product is for and what that product. If you wanna see one of those type of videos, go back and look at my library of videos. I have plenty of videos where I'm doing all of that. But here, I just wanna come, I wanna get ready, I wanna talk with y'all. I'm gonna do a quick summer bronzy makeup look, okay? But we're gonna jump right into the topic of what I'm talking about. I'm gonna zoom in, let y'all see my brow work real quick. Just taking a spoolie and spooling them up. If you want to see a really broke down tutorial for my brows, then I will link it right here. Go watch it. So I want to talk about plastic surgery. Now, what made me think about this topic is it's just really been heavy on my mind lately. I'm using the Benefit, what is this? Benefit brow gel. I don't know. It's in a number 5. I'm using this angled brush that I had to get from Crown Brush because I've lost literally every angled brush I have. So I just bought this from Cosmo Pro. But plastic surgery has been on my mind lately because y'all know, if you've been following my journey through gastric bypass, I have lost nearly 140 pounds. And with losing that much weight, like, let's just be real and let's be honest, there is a lot of reconstructing that needs to be done. And please do not comment down below with the, you know, oh, just work out and tone. First of all, I hate the fucking word tone. That's just a cardio queen way of saying build muscle, because y'all hate the idea of building muscle, but that's what you're doing. You're building muscle. But please do not come and try to preach to me about working out and, you know, it will tighten up the skin and everything. I work out 4 to 5 days a week, okay? I've worked out since I've had my weight loss surgery on March 9th last year. So working out definitely, it helps. Yes, it does. So I do suggest that if you're not, you should be working out. But it ain't going to fix every goddamn thing. You got to realize when a person has been severely obese, because that's what I was, there are some things that are just not going to snap back. It don't matter if you black, because I heard that before. It don't matter if you're young, heard that before. There are just certain things that's not going to snap back, especially once you hit a certain weight. Now, I was almost 400 pounds. I know a lot of people who are able to snap back and their bodies look absolutely amazing. And most of them, in my experience and from what I've seen, have started off in the low 200s. So they may have been like 240 and under. And they were able to, you know, keep their bodies looking good and looking tight or whatever. So let me just get those disclaimers out of the way. Saying all this to say, I've been thinking about weight loss surgery. I've been thinking about plastic surgery really heavy lately. And I've had some things come up that has really made me kind of almost reconsider my decision to have plastic surgery. Now, ultimately, the number one thing is I want to feel comfortable in my body, as does every woman wants to feel comfortable in her body. However, the main reason for me having my weight loss surgery was for my health. History of heart disease and diabetes and all these things, they run heavily in my family. And I did not want to succumb to any of those conditions. Okay, so it was going to take me like way too long to finish my brows, so I just had to do them off camera. I know this area looks really crazy right now, but I'm going to cover all that up with foundation. I basically used first my Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. This is by L'Oreal in the shade number 7. And then I went in with my Tarte Shape Tape. The reason I don't like to go in straight with this is because it gets even whiter than this. So I like something a little warm placed down first, and then I go in with this. But anywho, basically the gist of it is a lot of shit running my family. Didn't want to get the shit. This is why I had the weight loss surgery, okay? So with that, that means I obviously care about my health. I'm using my Hangover, what is this? Refinishing face primer, okay? Before I get into my face. So I don't want to get any of these things. So I care about my health, and it just naturally makes me want to research plastic surgery in relation to your health after you have plastic surgery. Like, you know, basically what happens. Is it better for you in the long run? Is it harmful to you? Whatever. So kind of coincidentally, things have just been kind of coming up in my radius in my life. And I am a firm believer in, like, whatever you're thinking about, it does kind of tend to show up. So I was sitting here bored with nothing to watch. So I just, you know, said documentaries into my TV because I love to watch documentaries. Like, if I'm not watching my smut reality TV, I'm always trying to, like, learn something valuable. So I see The Autopsy Of. This is like a show. And basically it's a show that comes on Reels, and it shows the autopsies are of famous people and what they believe their cause of death was. So stuff like that just intrigues me. So I've watched so far, like, I'm watching Steve Jobs right now. I've watched Bernie Mac, and one in particular that really stood out to me was Donda West. Now, for people who do not know who Donda West is, Donda West was the mother of Kanye West. And everyone knows that she basically went in to have cosmetic surgery. I didn't know until today what it was, but she was having her breast augmentation and liposuction done. And she went in and she had the surgery, and she died 24 hours later. So, water break. Everyone was like, it definitely has something to do with the surgery. I'm using Fenty Beauty, and I'm using my Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil. This is really good, and this is very vital when you want to do some type of bronzy makeup, that you use an illuminator with your foundation. It just takes away a matte look from your foundation. You can use a glow or a dewy foundation, but I still think you need some type of illuminator with it. But basically she went and she had the surgery, and she died 24 hours later. So this show was really good because it kind of broke down what ended up happening. And what I've noticed in her case, and in another case I'm gonna tell y'all about, is truly the lack of listening and trusting your surgeon and your doctor. And this is not to say anything bad about either one of these peoples. You know, I pray that their souls are resting in peace, and I don't understand why these people had to be cautionary tales, but you know, that's just some people's purpose. When you ask God to use you, he don't always use you in the most glamorous way, and sometimes using you is ending your life to help other people. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes. And that's definitely what I believe happened with these women. So basically, with Donda West, what happened, one of the main reasons why she passed away, it ended up being a massive heart attack. But one thing vital was she elected to leave the hospital the same day of surgery. Now, even when I had just gastric bypass, and I was only under general anesthesia for an hour and a half, it was still recommended that I stay at least overnight. And I never questioned, you know, oh, I need to go home. Even though, honestly, all I did most of the day was sleep. Like, I felt in pain, but anytime you have surgery, somebody cut you open, like, it's no brainer that you're going to hurt. I felt like I was in pain, but I never felt like, you know, I was going to die or anything. Like, I felt like if I had to, I could have went home. Yeah. But at the same time, my surgeon did tell me, you know, I want you to stay. And when she said that, it was like, no doubt about it, I was going to stay in the hospital however long she wanted me to stay. Okay. Now that that's all blended, I'm going to take LA Girl's Fawn Concealer. And I really should like write down where I'm leaving off in the video before I pause it and break down these steps. But anywho's, what was I saying? I was talking about Donda West. Talking about how she passed away. Basically, it was like a heart attack. Oh, okay. Well, she left, right? That's what I was talking about. She left the hospital. And I understand, you know, in the documentary, they broke down that more than likely the reason she left is because at this point, she was of celebrity status. And she probably didn't really want it out there that she was going to be having the surgery, which is, you know, now in this day and age, I really feel bad for people who thought that way, because in this day and age, like, plastic surgery is so much more accepted, and people get plastic surgery like so much more often, and we know how to spot plastic surgery. Like, we can clearly kind of see, well, more than likely we can clearly see when a person has had plastic surgery or not. Like, it's not very hard to spot. But anyways, this is mainly why I feel that she went home. And that's one thing. Like, you really, really, really want to listen. And if they tell you to stay in the hospital for however long, stay in the fucking hospital. Like, do not argue. Do not think that you're feeling okay, because they need to monitor your vitals. That's the bottom line. Your vitals are super important after you have surgery. Your vitals need to be monitored, because they can see when your vitals are not acting right. That alarms them to start running tests. And when they're running tests, that's when they can find out what's going on. So that was the big problem, was her vitals were not being monitored. So they didn't even know what was going on. She was left in the care of a nurse. Nurse left and went to a goddamn baby shower, and then left her in the care of her two friends who have no nursing background. And I feel like, you know, nobody knows what death feels like until it's death. So again, if you just having plastic surgery, you expect them to be in some type of pain. You expect them to be hurting. You're not going to be whining, talking about, at least I know I wouldn't be, oh, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I think I need to go to the hospital. Like, no, like, I would be expecting to be in pain. So I'm sure that to the people that she was with, it didn't even alarm them that, okay, she in pain, we expect her to be in pain. It's really nothing you can do, but just kind of, you know, ride it out, ride the pain out. And I definitely think that's what happened in that case. And it could have definitely been preventable. Now, I do believe in God's will and everything. God has a will and a way and a purpose and everything like that. But I also believe that certain things are just preventable. And I really, really, really wish that, you know, plastic surgery and people's stigma would have been a little bit more acceptable as it is now, because I think that would have prompted her to not go home, and she would have just stayed, and they would have been able to figure it out. But, you know, it is what it is. Another example of thing I have is I saw on YouTube, it just popped up in my search feed for some reason. I saw on YouTube a girl was talking about her cousin. Now, her cousin went down to Miami. Miami is like the last place that I want to have surgery, because I hear horror stories about plastic surgery centers in Florida. So definitely do your research on the internet. I mean, like, get 25 pages deep in Google. Do your research. Search your doctor. See how many deaths they have, if they have any deaths, why and how soon was the death. Was it in relation to the surgery? Do all of that. But anyways, she had her surgery done in Miami. Now, she goes and she has the surgery. One big thing after you have plastic surgery, you should not fly. You should not fly, because you are liable to get blood clots, pulmonary embolism. If that blood clot breaks off and it goes to your stream, it can either go to your lung, your heart, I believe, or your brain. This is terrible, because you don't want any of those organs to stop functioning properly. She thought she was feeling fine. She decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get on the airplane and I'm going to leave. And that was really, really, really bad. She ended up dying 24 hours after the surgery. Now, of course, no one wants to when these type of situations happens, no one wants to put at fault their loved one. And I'm not here to put these women at fault for their own deaths at all. However, again, I believe that their lives are for cautionary tales. And I just believe that maybe these cautionary tales were brought up to me just thinking about them, you know, a reason for me to think about some shit, to not be, you know, stubborn or hard-headed and really listen to my doctor's orders. And to also bring that to y'all, because I know that I have a big following in the weight loss surgery community. And I know that a big part of our journey is also considering plastics. And I just would really hate to see somebody get hurt behind having plastic surgery by simply not following the doctor's orders. So each case was just extremely unfortunate and very, very sad. And it really just got me to thinking, you know, why is it even so important to us, you know what I'm saying, to have these plastic surgeries? And I mean, I'm not even just sitting here right now kind of reflecting in why is it so important to have surgery and to look perfect or to look manufactured or look like the next Instagram model. And I believe it's just because we have so much pressure. Like, even in Miss Donda's West case, she lived in the Midwest her whole entire life, like Chicago, I believe. You know, things are not so vain out there. I'm from Michigan, that's Midwest. Things are not so vain. Of course, you know, you want to look good when you live in those kind of places and stuff. But I can't say that we just have women walking around with amp amounts of plastic surgery or, you know, long ass weaves thinking they the shit. Like, we don't have all that going on. So vanity is not as high as when you move somewhere like LA. And that's where they moved. They moved to LA. And not only did she moved to LA and she became Kanye West's full-time manager. So just imagine the scrutiny that you're under. Like, this is when Kanye, at this time, Graduation album was out. He was at the highest, one of the highest points of his career. So to have all that pressure on you to look good, and you gotta walk red carpets, and you gotta, you know, you just gotta be presentable and everything like that. It's so much pressure. I'm going right into this Naked Heat palette. When I just want to do a quick bronzy look, I just focus on a brown. So I'm going to start off with this color Heist, which is this one right here. But yeah, it's so much pressure. And I feel like even for me, like now I'm sitting here thinking about it, I don't want to always be reminded of being 400 pounds. And looking at my skin is a big reminder. You know, I can come to terms with it on my own. And it's not about my mate, because my mate definitely has loved me through whatever and will continue to do so. I highly believe that. But it's about society. It's about putting on some clothes and my arm. You see my arms and you see how physically fit, you know, I am up in my neck and my face, and you see my arms and you're like, you know, why are your arms so big? Are people just staring at you and things like that? And I just think we have to, as a whole, we got to stop fucking doing that. Like, you never know or understand where a person has been. You don't understand, or you can't look at me and just pinpoint. I was 400 pounds at one point. And it was very, very hard for me to lose this weight and to gain this confidence. And then for you to just point out something like, oh, you have excess skin still. Because people ask me that all the time. And I don't know if they're trying to be rude, or what do you plan to do about your excess skin? What do you plan to do about your arms or your legs or your face looking that way? It's kind of saggy. And it just puts so much pressure on me that, oh, I have to do something. Like, there is no other choice. I gotta do something about this. I gotta have plastic surgery. I basically have to potentially put my life, my health at risk, and everything at risk. And I was even listening to Yanni Red the other day. She's another fabulous YouTuber here on YouTube who also had a weight loss surgery. She had VSG. But she was talking about how implants, I'm taking this color Shrike next to it, and I'm going to put it in the outer V. But she was talking about how implants raise your chances for lupus. And lupus runs in her family. So she's at a setback where, okay, yeah, she wants her titties to, you know, everybody want their titties to look nice and perky and not wear a fucking bra. Like, that's every woman's dream, right? But do you want to do it at the expense of getting lupus? However, there are some women who are so pressured by this fucked up society to look a certain way that, guess what? They will do it. And, you know, they'll worry about the health later. And sometimes you can't worry about your health later, unfortunately. I'm using this intense shadow from, this is from Kiss New York. It's a pearl eyeshadow and it's in the color Golden Copper. This is what I'm going to put down on the lid. I'm not doing a cut crease or anything. When I do think about bronze look, I really try to think about effortless. So I don't want to make this more complicated than what it has to be. So I'm just going to take my time. I still want it to look nice and clean. So I am going to take my time with this little brush because it's actually not that bad, the brush they provide. And I'm just going to shape out my lid. Okay, so now I dust all the powder off my face. I am going to go in and use my Buxom eyeliner. And I kind of want to make it a little bit smoky in here. Not too much smoke, but just a little bit. Because I think that adds to the whole Bronze Glam look as well. And I'm not doing a top liner. So after this, you can go ahead and add your lashes. I think that when I like to do the bronzy look, I don't like to do liner because I just feel it takes away from that beautiful bronze on my lid. Well, copper rather, because it's actually marketed as copper, but it's like bronzy on me. And I think it just takes away from that color when I do my wing liner. So I like to always still do my bottom liner. I'm using Buxom. Let me sharpen this damn pencil off. I cut my eye off. Okay, now you need to spray your face down. Spray it down real heavy because this is another reason. This is another thing that helps with the bronzing is really setting down all that powder. It just helps your makeup, period. Getting back into the topic of the things and the nature. The main purpose of this video is I really want y'all to be safe, as well as myself, you know, be safe in the quest if you do decide to move forward with cosmetic surgery. Because I understand that, you know, people are stubborn, and I know I'm stubborn as hell. So I can see all these things about having plastic surgery. I still don't know where my heart is, if I definitely want to do it or if I don't want to do it. But I definitely know I want to do it in a very smart way. I don't want to lose my life to, you know, obtain some boobs or obtain a really small waist or obtain some hips. Like, it's not a grand scheme of things. It's worth it. I'm going to wet my brush for my highlighter. And the highlighter I'm going to use today is by Danessa Myricks. And it's the Enlight Highlighter Halo Powder in the color Heat. Now a little bit of this goes a long way. I get a little bit on the brush and I place it down on my hand a little. And sometimes I'll pick it up directly from my hand because it's going to be very, very, very moist. Just a little bit of this. I smile because it just helps me see where I want to start my placements. Look at that. That glow. And then just spread it out. Oh my God, that glow. That glow. That glow is something else. Supersonic. So here's the final look. I know y'all like, you done changed every goddamn thing. I had to end up adding some liner because I tell you what, I used this new lash glue. It left a black line. I was like, I cannot have this. So I added a small little wing liner. I still think that this look looks best without the liner, but I mean, it still looks pretty good with the liner too. I really hope, oh, and for lips, you can do any lips that you want to do. The beauty about this makeup being so bronzy and neutral is this works very well with a neutral lip. It works very well with a red lip. It works very well with a pink or a purple. It can be matte, it can be glossy. It literally works with almost anything. So whatever you're feeling in the mood with, I just kind of played on more bronzy and nudie, even in my clothing and my earrings and stuff. I wanted to do like golds and things. I just thought that looks best on me. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and you watch this video. Do not judge people for having plastic surgery. This is not judging anyone for having plastic surgery. And do not leave the same little scoop about, you know, love yourself and have self-confidence and all this other stuff. Listen, people are going to do what they want to do, and people need to be comfortable in their own bodies. And sometimes having surgery is the only way that you feel that you can be comfortable in your own body. And I definitely support it. I just want you to be safe, to research. Most importantly, listen to your doctor's orders, because your doctors and your surgeons, they do truly know best. And you should trust your surgeon. If you trust them enough to lay you on the table, put you under and cut you open, you should trust them if they tell you, you know, hey, don't stay. I mean, you need to stay in hospital, or don't fly, or don't do this. And I'm really happy that, unfortunately, it did take the loss of Donda West, but now they do have the Donda West law, which states that if you're getting any type of cosmetic surgery, you do have to go and see a medical doctor 30 days prior for clearance. Something as simple as like that could have really saved her life had they had that law in place. But I'm really happy they have that law in place. Never, ever, ever leave out any information, family history, details when it comes to getting your plastic surgery. I don't care how bad you want it, how bomb you think you're going to look. You ain't going to look bomb in the grave, okay? I'm just saying, you can have a nice ass, but ain't nobody gonna see your ass when you in the casket, or, you know, you cremated. Nobody's going to see that. So think about that. Let me know what you think about plastic surgery, any fears you have. If you had plastic surgery, give us some tips on things and we should be looking out for. Hope y'all really enjoyed this video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Stay pretty, and I'll see you on the next video.